Hi, and welcome back to myself playing Disco Elysium, the RPG where we're investigating a murder. I play with a little oddity. For some reason, I've lost the ability to save, so if I die, we will be going back a long time. So we don't want that to do, so we're on a one
This
life
is the
range.
trap Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality. But
Look around.
the reeds by the abandoned campsite sway and tremble while the snow falls all around. It's good the cryptozoologists left. This isn't a very cozy place to stay night after night. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow.
Reach for the
This
trap.
trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
Let's keep going. The next one is the lucky one.
Yep. The next one has a crab trapped in it. These are just crab traps, you do realize.
Leave. Where was the next trap? Oh, way to the top. Land's End. Northeast of the. Okay. Come on, over. Around that. Can't go that way. I don't want actually into that building. Up here. There it is.
This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist.
Look around.
The reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze. Snow specks the stalks. Most of it melts quickly. The reeds seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year.
Reach for the trap.
Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done.
wasn't in here.
I'm just glad we haven't found some poor cat trapped in one of these.
Leave. Why did you have to say that, Kim? So I made a campfire here a long time ago. A rusted broken control box and a nearby radio tower. Tiny inlets there on the far distance where the post trails forward. It's too rusty to climb. The sea air is eating away at it. Okay, let's look at this new scarf, see if it's better than what I'm... Yeah, I think we're better off with a cozy scarf.
An old door, worn.
Wait, nothing new there. I think it's time to go back. There's the children. I'm going to try a challenge here I didn't do earlier.
The waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down. Simmer down, bastards.
I'm looking for someone else, actually.
Who?
That's it, I'm not looking for anyone
Well,
else.
how can I assist you then, officer?
That's my motor carriage in the sea, by the way. Point to the sunken vehicle.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
I got drunk and apparently drove it into the sea.
This calls for a funeral, if you ask me.
Are you suggesting we honour the carcass of my former motor carriage?
Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all?
What an odd thought. Maybe I should.
Why odd? Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
Life world. Someone's been reading up on last century Gotwaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Alright, I'm in, but organising a funeral takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere.
It's a pity we don't get to do more frivolous side activities like rejuvenating the doomed commercial area or...
Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do. Like the murder investigation, for example.
Oh, it's actually gone down.
Oh yes, she does. You need to get your drink on. There is no other way for human beings to procreate. Not after 6,000 years of yeast cultivation-based mating rituals.
Since the dawn of mankind, our ghoul has watched over our reproduction of species. Lay with me, let's celebrate the ghoul.
Now, there's a whole shipment of big words. May mankind be plentiful, I guess. Can I get back to my nets now?
She doesn't even understand you asked her out. Perhaps you're too sober to pull it off right now. Try again later.
Be seeing you. I'm sure it's in that correct. +1 perception. +1 empathy. Yeah, I'll stick with the empathy. This way. There should be a trap around here somewhere. There is.
It takes you a moment, but finally you spot the last of Morel's traps. This one's partially obscured by the reeds.
Look around.
The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. Some tufts have been crushed. Snow covers the broken stalks like a shroud. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold.
Reach for the trap.
The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here.
Look closer.
No locust. No phasmid either, but still.
Look closer still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there. I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
I do get the feeling that someone or something may have messed with the trap.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not.
Well, it probably wasn't a present, but still, Morel needs to know.
We did, sort of, promise to tell them, didn't we?
He seems to regret that. Leave. Hello, Carl. Okay. So we Garth.
Can I help you?
Garth, I found this new bird for the whirling. Give him a ruffled goose.
What is this thing?
It's no biggie. I just thought it looked nice on the wall. I'm that kind of cop.
What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
This was mostly about the fucking cardio. Massive cardio here. You'll live till 90, or you get a heart attack from running.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
God, I need to sing karaoke now.
No, you don't. It's not happening.
He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man.
This is my way of apologising for the trouble I've caused. Please let me say I'm sorry.
By causing more trouble, I think we're good.
It's part of my quest for self-discovery. Help me.
The Whirling's not a charity or a musical therapy clinic. It's a commercial establishment. You're going to scare away the customers.
Okay, why do you even have a PA system if no one's going to use it?
It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of 44.
What happened in 44?
A lot of people got killed because some arsehole wanted to sing karaoke.
It's not a prop. It's for your clients. I know its use.
Okay, yes, it's for some clients.
I'm a real client. I pay my bills. I have the right to use a karaoke machine.
Ha! Well, we don't have any tapes. They all got stolen.
It's alright. I have my own song with him. Give him the tape for the smallest church in Sancerre.
The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown. Hard.
Fine, fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine.
I'm having it uninstalled, he mumbles to himself.
Goodbye.
The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet. You feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady suddenly.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
Look, Kim, I'm going to sing karaoke.
I can see that.
Put your lips against the microphone and test it.
Immediately, a loud feedback noise startles the room. You feel like an amateur. How are you supposed to hold the mic? Should you just sing into it? Where should you stand? Hands. Where do you put your hands?
Look around the room first.
There are some people out there, but mostly a post-meridian slumber has fallen on the premise. Not super lively. It would be wiser to perform in the evening, no? But the choice is yours.
Oh, this is going to go bad. I'm ready, go. Hit play.
The air is thick with anticipation. The tape clicks into the carousel, and then the music starts. God, a lump's in my throat suddenly.
I would often go there to the tiny church there, the smallest church in Sanson. Now it once was larger. How the real may rest there. Down through the mist there. Towards the seven sisters. Towards those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there. In the tiny yacht there. I have been so glad here. Looking forward to the past here. But now you're all alone. None of this matters. And all.
Wow.
Did you hear that? The most pathetic applause in the world, made of pity, no matter the time of day or how small the audience. This is a pitiful applause.
So, you didn't like it, huh?
Your words echo in the karaoke mic. They sound sparse. The room is almost empty.
Quit yelling into the mic.
You have reunion booth. I'm up here singing my fucking heart out and it's not good enough for you fuckers.
You hear, or think you hear, uncomfortable shifting around. A bit of laughter maybe. No one saying anything.
I'm gonna unplug the mic now, okay?
You don't know what good singing is. This is real singing. I sing about real stuff.
That's it. I'm unplugging it.
You hear, you press stop on the tape carousel. You hear a little whine of a feedback and then the mic dies in your hand.
That's it. You're unpowered.
Let's go, officer. These people wouldn't know a good performance if it beat them in the ass.
You liked it.
Detective Dubois, it was downright tragic. Now, let's go.
I mean it, he thinks. To him, being a cop in the RCM was truly expressed in that performance.
Put down the mic.
Boy, am I ever so grateful to you, officer. But I'm not the only one who wants to thank you.
He nods towards Lena. I'll talk to her then. Leave.
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
Just doing my job, ma'am.
Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie, Mexican origin. The pin is an antique, quite special.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an alien skull with 8 eyes. You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasma, of course, is more important.
You never told me you've seen the phasmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
Darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
Measuring things is important. How did she get the size?
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. It's proven his interest in the field.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden...
Wait, where was this and how old were you?
I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.5 in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
Betancourt got bombed in the war. It used to be quite near, circa 20 kilometers from here.
What happened?
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Did you follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Then what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
You were on a date.
Our first, yes.
The old woman looks at her husband tenderly. Its limbs are white.
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
How big was it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
What if it is the case?
Maybe you imagined it, Lena?
How could she? Who imagines this? She didn't know about the phasmid. This is the main thing here. What makes it a confirmed sighting? She had no previous knowledge of the insect.
So she couldn't have made it up, or imagined it.
That's true, yes. I'm almost certain neither my mother nor my grandmother knew of it. It was only when I started telling my story as a teenager that boys would tell me, Lena,
She lowered her voice, imitating the boy.
you trying to tell us you saw the Insulindian phasmid out there in those reeds? Get out of here. They just give me a cider and ruffle my hair and tell me to stop dreaming. But I saw it.
Kim, what do you think of this?
I thought it was a wonderful story, man.
He closes his notes and gives a simple smile.
But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up stories and then end up believing them.
Thank you for sharing this with me.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
Maybe you can convince her to tell you some of the cool cryptics.
No, you don't have any new winning tactics to get the woman to spill the beans about cryptids.
That's all for now, madame. Let's look at this new tie. Double. Which I think it's worth putting on. That works for now.
Nothing like the gratitude of a good woman. Now then, what can I do for you?
He gives you a gruff pat on the shoulder.
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
So I checked all the traps.
Good. Okay. And?
One of them was empty.
Completely empty?
Yes, there was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmid.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but
He rubs his chin.
It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
Of course, more clever.
yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
Another trip to the reeds.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. What a death hunter this plasmid is. I don't know. I'm not persuaded.
Why don't you try convincing Morel his hypothesis is invalid?
He scowls.
Thank you for the vote of no confidence, Gary. An officer. I appreciate your concern, but please leave this to the experts. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture.
You're jabbing at the soft underbelly of his psyche. He realizes he's gotten defensive.
Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened? Some kind of foul play might be afoot. Theft?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
Helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our organization, is it? The lieutenant looks out the window, impatiently.
Well, let's develop an alternate theory about the missing locusts.
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person, hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too. You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
I think the little hooligan called Kuno may have stolen the locusts.
A little hooligan? But what would a child want with bags?
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
I will talk to the little gremlin to see if anything comes up.
Delinquents, my favorite.
He doesn't sound like it's really his favorite.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
After this is your last chance to talk to Gary.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs.
He looks at his teeth.
Morale, it's been fun, really. But I need a bath, and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologise, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
He keeps the language unemotional, but it's in there. Disappointment.
Did you know Gary was hiding the armor?
Hell no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty are not one of them.
I don't know what got into him, officer. Thank you for letting him off easy. He won't forget it. We'll make sure he won't.
I'll get going. Leave. Okay. Well, I'm going to end this recording here as usual. If you watch this, thank you very much, and I'll catch you guys again later.